Hey guys, welcome to the Just Tie Now show with your host, SaunTai Captain Naga. Yeah, hey, welcome. We're gonna tie on the moon today. Tie, T-A-I, not T-H-I like the food, but just as spicy. A place where we just think about it. We combine our minds with our hearts, see what our gut mind is saying, connect all those three circles and let whatever come out. Just come on out. Just Tie Now ship has been on for a while. But yeah, this we get into some Thai astrology, looking into some Tribalism. Just combining symbolism, changing up, put the tie spin on it, tying it all together. You know how we talk that tie anytime you get the time to. But yeah, this is about the moon, and how it, because for me the moon is how I feel. The moon is not, it's more than how I feel, but in relation to who I actually am, as opposed to the sun. The sun could be how you're acting, your actions, how you choose to do things, but your moon is who you are. I've been running across the moon for a long time, and like different Wiccan stuff. I remember being Christianity, running across Wiccan, and they symbolism being the moon, and be like, oh, that's interesting. Or in metal music and different, even some rap music, you see them talking about the moon aspect and things like that. Music is kind of recorded too. A lot of good music. A lot of good studio sessions was made at nighttime, 2, 3 in the morning, 1 in the morning, where people here probably say in your own neck of the woods, where your thoughts is real quieted, where you feel as though there's nothing, no extra things going on. It's just you and the moon. It's just you. It's just you, because that's what the moon represents. The moon represents you. And as well, when you're looking at how it relates to your zodiac wheels, how you react to things, because that's you. It's not what you put on your sun personality to react to it, to how you learned and things like that, to show off, because the sun is during the daytime. So it's a lot of energy, like, the sun energy is giving life, it's giving light, it's giving light. You know how they say the sun and the moon, the light and the dark, but the dark ain't so bad is where I find my heart. So that's what the moon is. And it's the waters. It's exalted in Taurus. So like how we feel, and it falls in Scorpio in the fixed water, and if it's exalted in the fixed earth of Taurus. So it's like, is Taurus is how we feel. If you're in a Taurus sign, got a Taurus sun or a Taurus moon, since we talking tying on the moons, Taurus moon is, you'll be real adequate on getting things done here on earth, because you're, everything is how you feel, but it's so right there on the surface that's your actions. You can't help it. You can't help it. As opposed to being fixed water in Scorpio, where it falls in there, you got to put a little more energy if you have a moon Scorpio, but still you'll feel like that because it's fixed water. So you have a fixed way of thinking about things, of not thinking, of feeling about things. As yeah, and that comes with a lot, because the moon, like I said, want to just do things. It want to flow. It want to flow. So with the moon as well, like I said, at nighttime you feel more home at yourself, because it's only you and the moon. The star, you and the moon and the stars, all the other satellites up in the skies too, revolving around all the other suns and things that's up there in the other constellations and galaxies. But tapping into our lunar self, our lunar energy. I got a song coming out with lunar, talking about the lunar side. It's scared away. They say the werewolves pop up at night. It would pop up during the full moon. And you got the waning moon, the full moon, and the waxing moon. If I got that right. Yeah, no, I got it right. I mean, wrong. Waxing moon, full moon, and then the waning moon. Waning moon. So, the waxing moon leading up to the full moon, starting at a new moon, where it's kind of bright. It's still bright up in the sky, but it's not the way the sun is reflecting off of it, and the energy that is given off is not the same. It's not the same as opposed to a full moon. And then when it get to the waxing, it's like the crescent, and then it starts filling up a little more. The moon is gathering up energy. And then on the full moon, it's releasing all of it. It's like, yo, this is who I really am. during the full moons. That's why you start seeing vampires, werewolves, whatever the cause is going to come out. So planting the seeds during the waxing, it's a good time so that during the full moon it can come out. And then during the waning is when it starts like fading back out again. So then all that energy in the full moon is playing out into the next new moon, and then the cycle just restarts over and over every 28 days. Every 28 days is it's its own cycle, as opposed to the solar cycle. That's why the Chinese New Year, a lot of Asian cultures is built off the lunar cycle. 28 days. That's why the Chinese New Year just passed in like early February, as opposed to the New Year's of the Gregorian calendar of the moon, of the sun and everything, where it passed. The New Year was in January. So it's a lot of cool things about the moon, because we taught to not really be with the moon. We taught to be with the sun, the solar plexus. Like, yeah, that's what Jesus is. And then we taught, man, everything about the moon is the devil. Like, if you're coming from a theologian side, a Christianity upbringing side. Because that's what we was taught. We was taught you sleep at night. Ain't no real reason to be up. Ain't no real reason to be up at night unless you had all night prayer. I used to be in there going to all night prayer. That's the only reason to be up. But all the partying, all the shenanigans, you should just get to sleep and then wake up during the daytime and go about things with your solar prolex. It's talking about your will, making you do things. Whether you're Sagittarius or Aries, Libra, you're going to do what your moon is saying. But at nighttime, we was taught to, like, man, that's sleep. Like, that's sleep time. You just sleep during those times. But look at the mind trick. Look at the mind trick that we awaken to one time or another. That eventually we start staying up later and later. Remember, as a kid, you start saying, man, why I gotta go to sleep so early? And you start getting up late. Adult Swim used to come on late on Cartoon Network, and that's when they started putting in the other cartoons that was from other countries that really had you thinking on a different type time than all the stuff that was played during the daytime. Yeah, a lot of things happen. I've got the term the freaks come at night. The freaks come at night. And then during the daytime, people try to cover up things with their sun sign, really. But working with this time, working with these moments, we get glimpses of ourselves, of who we are, of who we fully are. Because how can we work with ourselves if we don't know who, like I said, who we are, what we really about, what makes us, what fully develops us. What fully develops us. Just I ain't condoning this, but imagine being sleep deprived. Imagine that. And people that sleep deprived for more than 2 days, they start seeing quote unquote hallucinations. I say the realness just starts popping in because you're dealing with that moon a little more. So then you combining with the sun. So what you see and what you feeling is just all boosh. You see the tie story that I'm tying together, the tie synchronicity of it all. The sync is always real. The sync is always real. And get the soundboard back up so we can keep on leveling up. The sync is always real. But yeah, and I'm not saying go stay up for 2 nights and stuff or anything like that. But also with psychedelics, how things start popping up and people start getting in tune with things that they didn't really know about before, and all these emotions and traumas or good things pop up they forgot, and they start lashing on to things and doing things that they actually felt like they was doing. I mean, felt like they wanted to do, if this is what they went into the experience beforehand to get. I want to get it clearing out, or I want to like be able to breathe better during the day and stuff like that, clear my psyche out, be able to be more productive during the day. If you had these kind of ideas before you went into the psychedelic experience, you could come and experience your lunar side probably for one of the first times. You hear this as well, called the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul, the lunar of the soul, the moon, figuring out who you are when the lights is cut off. When the lights are not on, what are you going to do now? And one of the best things to do now is breathe. Just breathe. Just tie, just tie, just tie. So with the moon, you find I heard something screaming from the thing. I got these noise canceling headphones so I don't get distracted. That's the way it is. Like I'm a Capricorn moon. I got a Capricorn moon sign, so a lot of things I do, and a Sun Sagittarius. So a lot of things I do is going to be analyzed. But when I'm sitting, I'm real strategic about things. I got a Virgo ascendant, so man, I have a fix. My mind is here. My mind is fixed on doing things here and working with people. But as well, when I'm really jumping to my personality, I like to uh, dive deep into things, and philosophize about stuff. But when I'm alone, I ain't really philosophizing about nothing. I'm just in it. I'm just in it, working it out. But when remember that thought when you thinking to yourself, that's your sun talking to your moon. That's your sun talking to your moon, and sometimes your ascendant as well, which you'll find is what zodiac rules your first house. And we'll get into all of that. We're gonna break all of this down step by step so y'all could know how the Thai astrology goes. So I probably switch things around and throw some things in there you never heard of before. Like, man, that ain't what I heard of before. This ain't astrology. Yeah, probably not. It's Thai astrology. I come up with it on the Thai, on the fly. So they'll bring it down for y'all for a little bit 3D. But that's the moon. That's the moon, the dark night of the soul, the psychedelic experience, experiencing yourself maybe for the first time or to that full effect for the first time in this lifetime experience. And most people come back like, man, that was wild, or man, I never want to do that again. And then they go about going to their sun, kind of ignoring themselves. But you can't really ignore yourself for too long. You're always working with yourself. That's why that internal voice always pop up, and people have all these substances and it's different ways they do to relax the tension in their mind, the thoughts that's talking to each other in the mind, that's going at each other. Instead of recognizing what's going on, it's like, hey, we can actually have a conversation about this, and not just a conversation, not getting lost in the mind, not just getting lost in the heart or just in the gut mind, but it's having a conversation where you combine your gut mind, see what your heart is saying, and your gut, and your mind, your heart, and your gut. Connect all those three circles, and then let whatever come on out, come on out. Therefore, you're paying attention to everything that's going on, everything. Your solar, your lunar, and your ascendant. They're matching it all up with the chakras. The heart chakra right there. The solar plexus is definitely the sun. The moon dealing with your emotions, your heart energy. Your ascendant dealing with how people really kind of like how they see you, they personality. We're gonna get into that. I'm gonna break down all of that. But right now we tying on the moon. Tying on the moon. Ty will be on the moon. Ty is on the moon. Oh, but yeah, I didn't want to make this too long. But I don't wanna make this too long, but just keep tying on the moon. I'm gonna say the moon 50 times in this because that's what it's about. It's about you. It's always about the self. And never be afraid to tie on anything. To tie, to let your throat talk, to activate your throat chakras. Because the moon is going to be there. It's going to sound, you're going to probably jump around. You see how sometimes I go from this and that, jibber jabber on the words, but your moon feels a certain way when you sitting alone, and then you talking to somebody and you're like, man, I'm glad I didn't say that, or they lucky I didn't say this, or I feel like I wanted to do this. That's your moon talking to your sun, trying to work it out through your personality with your ascendant, and trying to say, man, this is how I want to act on it. This is what I really want to do. So take the time to sit and go into the moon, and you're going to see some things that probably jump out, probably scare you, and it's going to be some beautiful things as well. Right now, I'm looking at the halo around the light, and the rainbow ring. Y'all see when it's a full moon sometimes, or new moon, y'all see the rainbow ring around it. It's all right. It's up there emitting that rainbow energy during the full moon. Like I said, plant the seeds, get your spells and stuff right, so that during I keep getting that tongue tied. That's why I got it up here so we can look at it. From the wax into the wind, and you'll be cool. And all you'll be, yeah, you'll be all right. Just tie, just tie, just tie. This is really important things because this is all just the beginning. And when you start calculating it, seeing how the moon interact with Jupiter, seeing how it interact with the first house, seeing how it interacts with your north node, seeing how it interacts with being a Libra, it's gonna get real fine and dandy. It's a cool science. Like right here, I got this right here. I'm gonna break this down one day. But yeah, this is one that's really. Wait, let me make sure I can see what's going on. There we go. There's got some suns, got a sigil right there going on. And on the back, it says, just combine your mind with your heart, see what your gut mind is saying, and let whatever come out. And then it say, just tie on the end. So this is a sigil combining the energy of the moon with Mercury. Y'all can see up in there, in this corner, right there. The moon is with Mercury. And you see the chest right there, the furnace that's combining the energies. So it's combining so that I feel thoughtful. I act on my thoughts and what's going on in my in the way that I communicate. Like communication, Mercury, Gemini, third house stuff going on. So with the Mercury and combining it with the moon, I'll be able to get everything going, get the plan flowing, become one with the knowing. And what's this say? Yeah, tetragrammaton. And that's the almighty name and stuff. One of my highest names that I made for myself. Yeah, I'm gonna break this down. I'm gonna break this down in another video. But it's for protection and blessings on blessings. Just going through the Thai fair to see if it's anything I missed on about the moon. Oh yeah, when it's a full moon on the zodiac wheel, that means it's the opposite. It's on the opposite. I mean, yeah, if it's full moon regularly, or if you look at the zodiac wheel, you'll find it on the opposite side of wherever the sun is in the moment. So it's like a straight line. They kind of in the opposition. And they're kind of in the opposition. The sun and the full moon and the sun, because now the moon is full. Like you used to being in the sun all day, and when the sun feel good, it's just becoming the summertime and the spring right now. The spring is the springtime around Aries. Aries season is when the zodiac wheel starts. So that's when the sun starts. That's where the first house starts. So the sun is how we always like used to acting on most of the time. That's our first initial stuff. So then when it's a full moon, it's like, oh wait, hold up a minute. Now it's a full moon. Now this is how I feel. This is what's going on. Am I going to let it out like they in oppositions? In the oppositions, the sun and the full moon. So with that going on, sometimes people do feel confusion or feel like they want to hide from themselves and stuff like that. But that's the way where it's going to happen. The stars don't lie. We are the stars. So tie into yourself. Just tie. But yeah, I'm gonna break down the moon and different signs in another video. This is all I got for now. Tie always. We all tie, but do we really tie? Sometimes I don't know, dude. Sometimes I really don't know. Check out the Just Tie Now website, www.justtinow.com, and you can find out all the awesome things, all past videos, merch, clothing, shoes. Soon there's gonna be more secret items, rare art. VR store is coming soon. VR arts world is coming soon. All of that. I don't want to put too much out there because y'all already know the business. We're always handling it. Adios, ta always. Peace.